Hey, good morning, traders. Um, Starting off where I left off last week, I made an update for the late day market around 11:30 on Friday, and I was um, reviewing it, and I closed my video, and I was like, I'm done trading. I'm up for the week. But then I'm like, this is where I sell. Like, I'll sell this line. I mean, almost, look, it worked here. It it tried here, and then I was like, well, this is my setup. So I put in orders right on that line, and I put a stop right above here. I mapped it out. This is basically what I said. All right, stop there. Gets down here. Like I said, the bias is what I'm fighting and mapping the market and taking notes and understanding my feelings and understanding my position and where I'm at in the day. It's 11:30 on a Friday. um, all this came into play, and I had orders, but I pulled them because I was like, this is silly. It's Friday. I'm up for the week, and I don't want to stress about a trade at 11:30 in the afternoon because I want to trade for the day. I can't manage my business that way. I can't manage my life that way. So think about that when you're trading. Like, where are you at? I like to trade early morning because if I make a mistake, I can recover. If my stop's in a wrong spot, I use my stop to tell me how to get into the next trade, or maybe where I was off on the idea. But at 11:30 in the afternoon on a Friday, I didn't want to do that. So I closed it up and I stopped, and I would have been stopped out. There's my markup. This is here. This is where I was at. I would have been smoked. I would have lost whatever I was trading with. And money management is a critical tool for our success. Plus, being in tune with what with your soul, you are, right. You can't muscle your way through this. You're not going to hammer your way through all this stuff just because this line works out. It doesn't always work out. And my point is that um, make videos and talk your way through this so you're aware of this. It's been a huge change in my business because I'm not taking the bad trades that I would take in the past. Like, this would have not blown my week, but it would have taken my numbers down. And it's just, I don't need that in my life. So think about that when you're trading. What are you after? How are you going to get it? And um uh where are you at in the day? Do you like holding trades overnight? Great. I don't. I want to be in and out. I want to be um done with my day, so that I can go on to do other things. Um the uh You have to have money so you can trade tomorrow, right? Let's just be realistic about it. So I just want to take a quick look at the overall market for the week. Um, there's, um, part of our, what am I doing here? What am I doing here? 600. Um, Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Give it to me. Give it to me. It's up, right? We don't even need to have the bar chart or the uh, bar with three. Boom. Um, so here we are again. We have a zone through here. So just to be aware of it, we're not trading it. We're not doing anything. We're just aware, right? That was a high that got taken out over here. We have uh, a low over here. Okay, so that's just what we're looking at here. And I want to make, observations. I want to, it's still doing it. Maybe I have to do that. See, this is the life of a professional trader, right? It doesn't always work out. We just sit here and try and do, okay, that's better. So, for the month of October, what is it that we, remember that we're looking for our zones. We're swing traders. So we have to follow the swing in and out every day, making a little here, a little there, and using our skills to help us. I don't know. That's gonna even whatever. Um, to help us make money at this business. It's hard. We're not gifted with this. Whatever. I don't know what I'm trying to say right now. I'm just going over the things that I do to help me, right, center myself. So from the beginning of the month, it landed back in our zone. Price landed back in our zone. Remember, we're on the 60-minute monthly, so we're taking a much bigger picture of this whole thing. Price lands back in our zone. It tries, which is really a good tell for us, pulls back down and takes off. Yeah, buy that, right? See that? Zoom bar. What's a zoom bar? A zoom bar is a bar like this, big and powerful, like the energy that they dropped to get down to here, wiped out all these guys. Wiped out this guy, and these guys got wiped out by this guy. But this guy here got, smoked. So if you're an hourly trader, you were here and then you were out. And then, price bounced around down here, tries again, comes down, and then takes off. Boom. So the flow is up, and price tried, comes down, tries, comes down. You see that in these. You see it over and over again. See that bar there? It tries. Same thing as this one, right? Tries, goes up, comes down, boom, brings him down here, wipes out this guy here, wipes out this guy here, and off it goes. Boom, comes down here, picks it up. You see this price action, and I don't trade the 60-minute because it's not my thing, but yeah, where are the stops? Right here, right? Let's, if you're doing a 3-to-1 trade on an hourly, boom, you're done within, I don't know, however long. So, back to my little 740 where I hide out and I catch the vibrations on a quicker chart. Yeah, I like the 740 or the 750. It took me a while. I was on the 2400. One of my mentors was on the 2400. He liked the flow. He had a different style of trading than I did, and he used a lot of trend lines. But his price action reading is way better than mine. Like he could see a bar and be like, okay, that's the bar that's going to make the move. And it's just the amount of experience. I mean, he's been doing it longer than I, and we all as traders go through our progressions, and we're all going to trade differently as we go through the market. So don't feel bad if you're not trading like me. I don't want you to trade like me. I want you to read the market and understand like me, so that um, you know you're able to stand on your own 2 feet. So let's just look at this day, this day. 9th, 10th. So as I was saying earlier in the week, this is kind of hard trading, right? We've got the impulse up, and then price comes down. Doesn't, it lands. See, we notice these things. It lands right in this coil. So if we're gonna isolate this swing, and we use our impulse, pull back, pull back, pull back, pull back, pullback, boom, boom, boom model, right? Buyers are lined up in here. We wait for the wash. We want to see the test of the line, and this comes back to our our pressure cooker. These guys here, and even you know even maybe let it run a little bit, right? But that's our setup, right? We're just looking for the up down pullback wash. We want to get in where it's safe. So in this scenario, we have this wash here, and this is our pressure cooker. As price comes up to the pressure cooker and goes through, it doesn't really stop. It kind of keeps going, right? So uh, I know it's a new high, so I'm just chilling with those guys. I'm not chasing new highs. That's not how I trade. You shouldn't trade the same way. But I see the impulses coming through, right? I see the shelf being built, and I see this guy flush them out. So I draw this up, and again, look, it's 11:30, end of market. I don't want to trade if so I put my order down here with a stop there in the hopes that price comes back to fall into here and then go. Doesn't happen. So you know what? I don't chase this. I'm not like, oh, I gotta get a trade in. I'm not that. You can't do that. It didn't show up. So move on. So I watch, and then the market ends. But let's just say in this scenario, you're like, hey, Mike, I wanted to trade. I want to make some money today. And I say, I'm with you. I want to make money too. So let's go back to the morning and see what the opportunities were. This is like the 10th, I think. First of all, I noticed this huge coil, and coil is just tension, energy, right? And then we have expansion, and then price comes back into this area here, right? We have a small little wash, and we have, look at that. There's our setup right there. Boom. Expansion, bridge, or shelf, and price comes back into the shelf here. So it took out this high. There's our zone here for our pressure cooker, and I'm buying this here with a stop right here, and the next impulse, it's out. The problem with this, it's 6:30 in the morning. I'm not trading at 6:30 in the morning. I'm not trading the market open. Some people do, some people don't. I don't. I think there's too much stuff going on, so I just like to let all the stuff, the orders that people, and the reason why I trade the ES is because of the volume it has, the amount of energy that's in there. There's stocks that I don't trade because they just don't move that much. I need to have movement. And this takes off, man. Comes up, comes down, comes up, comes down, comes up, comes down, comes up, 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 up. 7 o'clock is where I get in the market. In fact, my trading day is 7 o'clock, and I don't trade at 7 either. I trade about 7:10, 7:15, because there's reports that come out at 7 o'clock as well. So if I'm going to look at my day, my trading day is from 7 to about 11, somewhere in here, right? So this is my market right here. And if I'm sitting here watching this stuff, and I know that the market is up, and I know this is hindsight, but we have to look backwards to look forward, right? I can see that this price has broken through and is taking out the highs. I'll just apply my impulse, right? Impulse, wash, and retest right here. Now, is this really a shelf? I got this here. I got a couple things. I mean, I'm a trader. I'm looking for opportunities. I'll buy things if they make sense financially. How about that? If I think I can get that run out of this market, I'll buy it. Right? And the flow is up. The our market just opened, and it takes off. So, this is at 6:55. I'm still not trading. I'm really bored. I'm not even, I've got the market on, and I'm talking to my kids about their day, and I've just got to have my eye on it in the background, but I'm not like right here doing this stuff. I mean, I've done all my pre-market analysis, and I know when I'm going to trade. I know when I do my best. And that just comes from years of trading. This isn't a get rich quick thing. This is a job where you have to show up and perform, or you get fired. Really, that's it. Right. Um, but I do feel the same way. Oh, I should have took that trade. I could have done this. I could have done that. No, I could have. So here's the deal. I go up here. I see the high. So now I'm like, okay, where is if it pulls back, where are the opportunities? Here's the pressure cooker, right? These are the sellers, right? What happened to the sellers? They got busted out by the buyers. They were buying it up. So the buyers, or whomever, comes back, and I should stick to the same colors. Comes back, and then I look at this, and here's another one. Okay, here's a pressure cooker, another pressure cooker. It hits here, and it comes back here, right? It bounces off these guys here, because these are the sellers. Sellers right here, sellers, 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 sellers. As price runs in, and that's why this trade setup works, because the price runs into the sellers, and the sellers push it down. Right? Price discounts the future. It took me a long time to figure out what that is. The future is here. It's going up. We have a discount. It comes down. Right? Is that you have a buyer here, 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 here. So we kind of have a shelf. Look at this. I'll just come across here. I realize it's hindsight. Everyone's like, Mike, it's not hindsight. I get it, but I got to work with something. I have to understand my market. Look at how easy that setup is. Look at how unbelievably easy that is for a 3-to-1 trade. You're in at 740. You're out at 758. You've worked minutes to make your nut. And my advice is, if you hit your 3-to-1 trade for the day, take off, buddy. Or, maybe you're like, Mike, I want a higher percentage. I need a better, I'm going to start taking 5-to-1s. I've done that. I've taken 5-to-1s. But you want to know why I stick with the 3-to-1 is there's more 3-to-1 trades than there are 5-to-1 trades. And I get really nervous personally. This is one of my challenges, is at a high, I like to take my money. Why? Because they run into sellers, right? If I bought this here, because I was eager and I was impatient, that's the 3-to-1 trade. Hold on. Right? I would have been like, how frustrating it is. This is why I don't like frustration. How frustrating it is to go up there and come back and have the money just you have money in your hand. You're like, oh man, this is great. I love it. Boom, boom, boom. And I've even moved to break even here. And then I'm like, oh, I had the money, man. I had the money. Sometimes I'll just take my money at the high and it's more of a scalp kind of thing. It's more of a, I don't know how to really explain it, but as I trade more, I'd rather lose that trade. And it's something I'm working on personally, professionally. It's something I struggle with, because I really want to get the 3-to-1 trade, because my win rate's 30 to 40%. And if somebody's telling you I've got a 60% win rate, great. Teach that, mimic that, repeat that. I know that we're in a very small group of people. We don't use computers to set our trades. I mean, some people do, I guess, but most of us are sitting on our computers and our laptops, and we're trying to understand how this works, and we're trying to make a living at this. And this is how I've set it up, and this is what I'm teaching you guys, is that you have to learn to stand on your own 2 feet and read price, so you can know that that is where you get in, and that when you see a coil, it's oftentimes building up energy to make another run. It doesn't always happen. I've gotten stopped out on it too, but I understand the flow, and that's part of the whole thing. It was a good week trading. I hope you guys all did well. Um, uh, and then just going back to my time frame. If you think about, if I'm on the West Coast, right? I'm in California, and so it's 7 o'clock here. It's 10 o'clock East Coast time. Those poor guys, they've been up for hours, and they have to wait for the money to kick in, all the stuff to happen. And then, so this is how I think. I'm on the East Coast. I'm on the West Coast. Market opens, money comes in, market open here, and then it takes off. And then just look at this, at 9 o'clock, basically 12 o'clock East Coast time. It just, the flow is not there, right? Let's not force trade so that we're going to frustration island. Yeah, I can see that impulse down, right? There's an impulse there, comes across here, right? Comes across here. Let's say you catch that trade on that little nub. You got an extra trade in the afternoon. But where are you going to come down to? Where is this price going to stop? Is it down here? Is it here? It turned out to be here, right behind this coil that I saw, right? And then it does it again on the next day. It comes back again. So manage yourself, manage your trades, take a deep breath, relax, wait for the impulse. It's easy, easy, easy. Impulse, down, up, down, wipes it out, lays out the shelf, right? Because everybody's hot to trot. All the people are ready to go. The price comes up again, and you're waiting for it to either come back down here, or it's going to go through here and then come back down here. But this is my bread and butter. This is, let's day trade for, that's it. And I like to be in and out for 20, 30 minutes, and I get my money and I go. And if I lose, then I have to figure out, settle down, and wait for another one. Oftentimes this is the same length, just so the rhythmically, that kind of thing. And that, focus on that. That's the one setup I really use over and over and over again. But I caught myself, like I said in the beginning, I caught myself thinking that I was going to sell here, sell that line there, because it had touched, it came down. And I'm glad I didn't. And I saved myself the hassle, the frustration. I didn't think about the trade. I know if you're young at this business, and not say young, I mean, you're brand new to this business, and you're like, I got to make money, I got to do this. I felt the same thing. It's a challenge. But once you do, the more you do, the more you read, the more time you take to understand this stuff, the more you're going to be like, oh, okay, I can just let this stuff go. And this is probably a better opportunity, because now you have a stop behind this guy. And that's really what you're looking for, where to put your stop. If this goes on like that, which sometimes it will. I mean, we saw, that impulse up there. Yeah. Price is up. So I'm cautious about the longs. I really want to see a good stop. Price might fall down to, take out these guys, right? We have an impulse. Where was it at? We had an impulse here. You know, mind my stuff here. We have an impulse leg here. We have and see, this is why it's hard. We have a pressure cooker here, so price could come in here and bounce around, keep going down into here, and then this is our kill zone down here, which will ultimately be that stop. Where does price go? Does it continue? Does it come down? Those types of things. This is kind of analysis you have to have if you guys are going to make it in the business. You have to read price. You have to read the bars, the price. I don't get into specific bars. I don't get into dojis or dojos or whatever they are. Um, price is a living, uh, breathing mechanism that's flowing, and uh, I want to be able to see that this impulse coming off of a coil is going to take out this high, build this shelf, and create these trades. These trades. Now, I'm not saying you caught these trades. I'm saying that that's where you need to look behind the wash. All right. uh, spend time in front of the chart. Look for these. Find as many as you can. I like to get close like this because it just, I see these guys with all this stuff, and I look at them. I'm like, they're not reading price. They're not. They're reading something else that I don't understand. And ultimately, after doing that, following that path for years, I never was able to actually get to where I wanted to go until I found the person who could teach me how to read price and teach it as a profession. Look, I have a great lifestyle. I do this day in and day out, and I don't care about. I'm not getting rich tomorrow, right? I'm not getting poor tomorrow. I'm not trying to, I've made a lot of money in one day, and I've lost a lot, the same if not more, in the next day, because I was like, I know what's going on, and that humbles you to your core, and that makes you just be like, this sucks, I hate it, blah blah blah. But if you're like me, you get to a certain point, you're like, I have to make this work, and I have to understand that. I have to understand this. You can do it. It's not impossible. So hang in there, and we'll talk next week.